Welcome to the Temple of Flame. And today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Bulramen, it is the Jjajang, which is a black bean, basically a spicy black bean flavor. And so this one is lower heat, as it was with the Samyang as well. So it's kind of interesting to me watching where some of these other companies are kind of inserting themselves into the spicy Korean noodle arena. And so this is the fourth one I've done from Bulramen. They have a black one, which is the normal, the black bulldog from Samyang. That's their version of it here. The black packaging is just the normal spicy chicken, Korean hot spicy chicken. They had a 2 times the red one. I did that as well. And they had a carbonara, which is a sort of cream, slightly pushing towards cheese kind of thing. So I've done all 3 of those, and I thought, you know, I'll just do this one also. Most of the flavors of the Samyang I would also do if I could find all of them, but they've got, I want to say they probably have 20 different variants, and I have definitely not been able to locate all of those easily. Some of those I have limited interest in doing. Like right now, as I film this, I just saw there's a taco that's out. I don't know that I really care if I do the taco or not. I probably will at some point if it stays around, just for coverage, I guess. There's also tomato pasta. I've not been able to find that one anywhere. So if I can find that, maybe I'll do it. There's also a 3 times, which again, I will do that if I can locate it somewhat conveniently. I've seen some of the price. Some of the prices are just absurd, like $30 for a single pack. That, like, what is the point of that? Nobody is waiting with bated breath for me to do that. Even if there was, I would second guess that. So there we have our Olea resin capsicum. That is our extract, and we've got some powders here. Let's see what is in. Oh, the flakes. There's potato flakes. Why? It should be the majority is just black bean extract here. So one thing that's kind of funny, and also that I'm finding extremely annoying, 2 servings per container. As if you are going to split this in half. Like, what kind of bullshit is this? You just don't want to put that there's 560 calories for a packet of this? Why? Does that have something to do with this? Well, let's take a look. So by splitting it, saying the serving size, this is just asinine. And they're not the only ones that's ever done it, to be sure. But so I think this is probably it. 720 milligrams of sodium and about 32%. So basically this entire packet is 64% of the sodium for the daily. I'm sure that is a major component of why they're doing that. Also, this is interesting. 47 grams of carbs for half of this. So this is almost 100 grams of carbs is what we're getting out of this. Which is interesting, I guess. I don't know what would motivate you to do this. When you do this, when you say, oh, this single pack, like, how the fuck am I supposed to store this? Like I really find this super obnoxious. Okay, you assholes. Let's take a look at this. Okay, 2 servings per container. This is a container, right? That's what it says. says half the bag. Half the bag. Okay. Let's open it up and take a look and see how possible this even is. This kind of stuff just really, really irritates me. And I don't mean to pick on Bulramen. Who even makes, I don't know who makes Bulramen. I guess just the Bulramen company, whoever that is. This is just obnoxious, so, like, don't do this. And because, you know, eventually people might be just roll their eyes or whatever, but then you might catch somebody on the wrong day, and they go, okay, sure, we'll do this. So I've broken up the hockey puck, but can I even open this? All right, hold on. All right, I think you just get started. Okay, here we go. So the flakes, is there 2 flakes? No. Okay, so we're supposed to split that somehow. How are we gonna do that? Oh, what about the sauce? Can we split the sauce? Well, there's no real way of doing that. You could, sure, you could split the hockey puck in half. Right? You could split the noodles in half. But it's like, come on. This is not reasonable. This is bullshit, actually. You can't do that. You can't say, well, that's the serving size, because that is not reasonable. And I know right now, I know our FDA is trash right now, but it has been for quite a while as well. Like the food labeling regulations, I'm glad we have them, but they're in need of modification, because I would look at this. So let's just pretend I'm in charge of the FDA, because now I'm irritated. Let's just pretend I'm in charge of the FDA, or maybe California, because California does have different restrictions. Let's just say I'm in charge of California. I'm looking at this going, this is not an admissible label. Because this is not reasonable to say somebody is going to split this and split this. Like, how are you supposed to eat just half of it? What are you going to do, put the rest in the fridge? Get out. Get out of here with that. It's ridiculous. And the system allows it, but it still is the company doing it. So, all right, so we would say noodles and flakes in boiling water. Okay, I wasn't sure what. Okay, so we're going to put in the, we will put in, actually, hold on, let me read the rest of this. Oh, I'm supposed to stir fry it too. No. We're going to be doing exactly what I always do. Actually, though, I do want to see what's in this packet. I'm getting overly animated here, probably, for what is kind of a throwaway product. Right? I'm not going to have this again. This will be the one time I have this, almost certainly. Unless I like it a lot. Like, I have had Samyang is, I'm not saying it's healthy or anything like that. I've had a number of those as well. I know what I'm getting into. Right? I know that it's okay, this is fine. Can you see this? So this is supposed to be cabbage, potatoes, and carrots. I know what I'm getting into with Samyang, right? Like, we're not buying this, if we're buying it at all, we're not buying this to be healthy, because it isn't. At no point is it going to be something that we can reasonably say, oh yeah, I'm eating this ramen. I'm eating this ramen for my health. That's what I'm doing. If you want the ramen to be healthy, you almost certainly have to make it yourself. But this kind of stuff, when you go out of your way to do things like this, you just look duplicitous. I'm not saying that they're trying to be. I'm just saying that they sure are looking that way to me. And I really dislike, A, that they would be motivated to do that, but B, that it is possible for them to do that and still be in compliance with the law. Really, really super, super frustrating. And it's not just them, I know. I just happen to be, they caught me on a day where I'm finding that more frustrating than normal. So, but anyway, that aside, we're gonna do our usual method, which is the same we've done with pretty much every other noodle we some variants, but pretty much every noodle we've had on here, which is to barely cover this with water. We're going to throw it in the microwave for 4 minutes, let it sit for 5, and then we will come right back from that point. So we're off to do that, and we'll be right back. And we are back, and I don't know, these brown things are supposed to be potatoes? Maybe they're mushrooms or something. I don't know what they are. They're really weird. Don't really taste like anything. All right, so we got sauce. Let's throw it on. It's this, yep, very much a nice black bean sauce. Now I did like the Samyang version of the Jjajang, the black bean, quite a lot. So I'm anticipating I'm going to like this as well, despite how much I really dislike the packaging. Let's see how we're looking here. Get in there. It's very thick, like the other one was as well. All right, I think we've about got it, so let's get on into it. There's a sort of chemical odor coming from this sauce, and it very much is in the flavor of this also. Oh boy, that is really off-putting. Wow. Oh man, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm out of furikake, or I'd be banging on this for sure with that. I need to get more of that actually. Oh. Yeah, I don't like this one. Oh, that sauce is bad. Well, Jesus. We'll try to slug through it. I have had worse, but this is pretty far from enjoyable. Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my god. Oh, this is you know, I'm going to slug through it just because I've already made it and I've already gotten this far into it. It's pretty egregious. I'll give it a default 1 for heat at this point. Taste is not good. If you want to try this style, definitely get the Samyang. This is not good. Here's I am going to finish this, like I said, because I already started. There's not that much left, and I'm just going to gut it out. But if you got something like this in a restaurant, you'd probably be sending it back. If I got something like this in a restaurant, I'd be sending it back. But I tolerate a lot less in restaurants, obviously, than... I still tolerate a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I tolerate a lot less in restaurants than I do here. And I've had some Well, there's a whole playlist of me doing spicy noodles, and I've done a fair number of them at this point. And they're not always great. I think they need to take this back to the drawing board. This is not any good. And I'm still, I don't mean my earlier commentary to be picking on them specifically. They're still doing wrong with this label, to be sure. They're definitely still doing wrong there. But again, they're not doing anything illegal. There's the bowl. Let's put that over there. I guess they could have redeemed themselves a little bit had this been like stellar. It is not. This is not one of the better ramens I've had, I guess I'll charitably say. Heat-wise, like I said, I'll give it a default 1. It's not meant to be blazing along the lines of the regular bulldog or the so-called regular sort of spicy hot Korean chicken. The black bean is meant to be a milder, more tempered version with the black bean flavor, but man, the flavoring here was honestly kind of brutal. So, yeah, here's the thing with Bulramen. Everything I've had from them, and some of them have been okay, everything is them following the leader, which is Samyang. They are 100% doing that, and honestly, it is. It tastes like that. It tastes like a second ramen. It tastes like something that is coming after what the market has innovated, what the market innovators have been doing. And I'm sure they're differentiating itself, so it's a little bit different. But this time, like, the differentiation kind of went wildly off stream. So, yeah, this was I still have that chemical taste in my mouth. I'm not finding that pleasant. Actually, let me. Samyang has done a really good job of disguising it for the most part. I mean, you can still tell it's present. I guess if you have a palate that'll pick that out. This. Man, oh man. All right, so I definitely, I guess where I'm going to leave this is I would get the Samyang black bean again. I wouldn't turn away from it. I wouldn't maybe necessarily intentionally buy it. None of these I think are particularly healthy, so I most of the time will only eat them if I'm going to film something with it. Occasionally I'll have some of the other ones I like, and I'll go through maybe a 5-pack of those over the course of like a month. But that is pretty rare. This is not one I would ever get again, and I think we're just going to leave it right there. So that was the Bulramen Jjajang Spicy Noodles. Now go pull in peace to serve the flame.